Yes, it's a Tuesday and you are welcome. Each day I only wish to be surrounded by, good people with genuine intentions, a kind heart and good vibes, and that is not including MM.
Come on.
Okay, I'm joking.
I think he actually told me that he missed me. Mazino, I missed you too.
I missed you. That's not what the script says.
All right, the right energy is what everyone deserves, and having the right people around will help you along your journey.
Definitely. Good morning and welcome once again to our most anticipated Tuesday edition here on the show, Wake Up Nigeria. It is time for you to wake up, get going. It's a Tuesday, get that work done.
Wake up, wake up.
She's singing, guys.
Yes, I am. Starting your day with us is always a great way to begin the day's journey. And of course, we've got other people, bringing that same energy. We've got Mike, and we've got the delectable.
Hey, talk about her. Tell us about
Winfrey.
her. Winfrey, Mike, how you guys doing?
Which kind of intro without one, man? What did they do?
They know they hype you.
Why is he been here?
Call him delectable. I wanted to fight for her. But now she I'll come. I wanted Mazino to redo the intro. But you're okay with it. How are you, Winfrey?
I'm very well, thank you.
All right, so Tuesday morning. I'm good. We're ready to go.
Yeah, sure.
All right, thank you very much, Mike. We have the perfect show planned for you today, so we ask that you please stay with us for the next hour and 45 minutes.
Yes, indeed, please do. Now, my name is Mazino Appeal.
And I am Emil Kochep. We would like you to please stream the show live at tvcentertainment.tv. You can also use the hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC across all our social media platforms. Thank God!
Huh? It's Tuesday.
No!
What?
Our social media platforms are back.
We'll talk about this. We have a long discussion ahead, so you guys just wait and watch out for all of this, okay? It's absolutely going to be great, fantastic here. To make sure that you are also following us on Facebook, where you can watch us live, and download the app. We're on Google iOS and also on, we're on iOS and Google Play Store.
Yeah,
you get the
of course, we're talking about all our social media platforms. You're on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, all at TVC Connect, guys. Now, let's get right into today's show.
Coming on parenting, we will be discussing potty training a child with special needs with Adebola Adefioye, a psychologist who is passionate about helping children with neurodevelopmental disorders such as autism and other related disorders.
Then we move on to health, where we will be talking about drug abuse in young children, looking at how parents self-medicate children without diagnosis with Dr. Yusuf Kadiri.
That's dangerous.
Finally, we have Yemi Amodu. He's a Nigerian actor, writer, dramatist, director, and movie producer, and he'll be joining us later on for an interesting conversation.
Welcome for Tuesday morning here, Mike MM, and of course, hey Winfrey. Thank you. You thought about me. All right, so guys,
So, you have to give your apology out on air.
Which one is this now? Oh yeah, okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me put out my apology to Mr. Mike Sikena. Yesterday, Mike actually gave me 3 movie tickets to take my family out and go see a movie. We talked about seeing the latest 007.
This was better like 50.
So I really want to apologize to you, Mike, and I'm looking you in the eye, even if it's something you're uncomfortable with.
Okay.
I could not go see it because I was overwhelmed with a couple of things I had to do when I got home, and my wife didn't remind me, and I wasted the tickets. I am so sorry.
So the reason why we're doing this
Please.
is because when you hear that maybe he was abducted or something, we're abducted to go and see movies. He doesn't like going to
I don't like
cinema.
going to the cinema. Do you like going to the
Then
cinema?
why did you collect the tickets?
I'd rather watch them at home, though. But
That's what I mean.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Okay, so I feel like
Except like a blockbuster or something.
exactly that's it for me. So there are cinema kind of movies.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go
Exactly.
see a. Okay,
Don't
we
go.
don't do respect to every other person, but I would go
Don't
see
call
maybe a
names.
love movie or something.
A chick flick or that kind of thing.
Yeah, or a comedy, not even comedy. So, but I'd want action, blockbuster.
I don't know about you,
Yeah.
but me, I would see Avatar, the second one. I
Definitely.
saw the Infinity was Avengers all at the cinemas and everything. Is that
I
energy?
would see Kung Fu Panda 4 if it comes out. Please.
I don't know what happened.
Why?
I'm speaking it into the universe.
When it comes
Please.
to-
I
when it
also
comes
like
to
seeing comedies in cinemas.
Why?
Yeah, because I like the energy from
around the whole year.
exactly the laughter, the clapping, all of that.
I don't
love it.
think so, because I'm like, I don't think we don't all have
humor
the same
level.
sense of
Oh,
humor.
true, but then again,
Exactly.
I've seen-
We don't.
So there's a
So
time when I used to be in nuisance, in quote, in cinemas, and
It's
people enjoy it. Yeah.
No, that's
Because so
me.
there's always that. You always have that line, that jab. I don't. Okay, you've not seen Shang-Chi, yeah?
No, I haven't.
Okay, minus has said it. So while we're watching Shang-Chi, I was with some friends and then they got to a particular point. Oh God, I'll spoil the movie for
Don't
you. So
spoil it.
let me just do that.
but
tell
is
you-
it actually interesting?
It is a very good movie.
Okay,
I'll
great.
tell you one instance though, real
All
quick. There was
right,
that one time when I saw Superman and he came out in all his glory and his chest, and I yelled out from the back of the cinema, "No, maybe it is!" Let's do the news. My name is Mazino Apio. Now, exactly 9 weeks of shutting their consulting rooms, the resident doctors in Nigeria, have decided to return to work. The Association of Resident Doctors warned that it will not hesitate to resume the strike if government fails to address their grievances. They gave a 6-week window for their demands to be met. Joke Adisa reports.
NEC resolved by vote of a simple majority to suspend the total and indefinite strike action embarked upon on 2nd August 2021. Therefore, our members will resume full work on Wednesday, 6 October 2021 by 8 a.m.
A sigh of relief for many citizens desiring medical attention. After more than 2 months of a downing of tools, the resident doctors are resolved to pick up their stethoscopes once again. Newly elected President Godiya Ishaya, at a news conference in Abuja, says the intervention of President Muhammadu Buhari, Vice President Yemi Osinbajo, and other notable personalities forced the association to put the strike on hold.
The NEC also noted the willingness of the head of civil service of the Federation to withdraw the obnoxious circular, removing House officers from the scheme of service, and also acknowledge the explanatory circular from the Salaries, Income and Wages Commission in that regard.
The association appeals to the government to ensure the withdrawal of the court case against it, as agreed, and the payment of salary arrears to its members.
NEC urged the federal government to reciprocate the good faith and trust shown by the association by ensuring the following: the continuous processing and payment of the ongoing 2021 and 2020 medical residency training fund, while ensuring that provision for 2022 is adequately captured in the 2022 budget.
He is also quick to warn that the strike will be revived should government fail to meet their expectations.
If after that 6 weeks there is no meaningful progress, we'll still have to revert back to the National Executive Council, and those issues will still be considered and appropriate position will be taken.
NAD urged state governments to immediately pay arrears of salaries and allowances to their members, as well as domesticate the Medical Residency Training Act, as done in Benue and Delta states. TVC News, Abuja.
Now, President Muhammadu Buhari has called for peace and stability in Ethiopia despite the challenges faced in the East African country. He spoke at the inauguration ceremony of Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed for a second 5-year term in office, where he promised that Nigeria would continue to support the unity and territorial integrity of Ethiopia. Also in attendance at the ceremony were the presidents of Uganda, South Sudan, Djibouti, Senegal, Kenya, Somalia, and the Prime Minister of the Democratic Republic of Congo.
We are all aware of the many challenges facing the people of Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia, and we encourage all parties to come together in the interest of the unity, progress, and well-being of Ethiopia. Your Excellency, you therefore have a great opportunity.
And that's it for the news.
And you're still watching Wake Up Nigeria, and I have the headlines for you today. First off, we're starting with Daily Trust. Attacks. INEC takes final decision on Anambra Goba election today. Schools clothes traders flee as IPOB enforces sit at home in Imo. Concerns as 69 reps bills gather dust at Senate. Boko Haram asks Niger residents to flout government orders, shun schools. And on the Daily Times, we have 2023, if you don't bid, you can't win, Osibajo tells youth. South governors resolve to join VAT suits in Supreme Court. 9 weeks after, residents' doctors call off strike, resume tomorrow. Northern groups oppose zoning of 2023 presidency. Equities markets extend bullish performance with 0.05% gain. And on The Nation, we have zoning ripples widening in PDP over party chair. Al-Makura to run for APC chairman. Buhari calls for peaceful Ethiopia. South states join rivers in VAT battle. Why we ended 2-month strike by residents' doctors. We'll be right back.
Yeah, let's do this.
Welcome back.
What's up and about, guys?
Sometime yesterday at about 1600 GMT.
Well, so the thing is, there are different dates. So reports say 4:42 p.m.
No, this is, I'm giving you official this one. 1600 GMT, at about 1600 GMT. I received a call. I actually received like 3 calls. One person that called me is not looking at me. As if I was the one that was going to solve the problem. It was cool for them to call me. Like three people, like, what's happening now? How can't this thing? Okay, and then I went to my phone. I was unable to access Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp at the same time. You know, and then after rebooting my phone, rebooting my internet.
So you rebooted?
Yes, I did. And then once I saw it was 3 of them, I was like, it has happened again. I knew exactly what had happened. So I just dropped it. I was like, okay, yeah, it has happened again. But to a number of people, it was shocking because, like you mentioned, those 3 apps encapsulate a lot of major people what they do online.
Wondering, we're talking about the crash of Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp.
You can't be wondering. They are wondering.
It was crazy for a lot of people because it made you realize how much people actually are dependent on and fixated is the word. Fixated actually on social media. My wife came in and said, our internet is not working. I cannot do this. I can't do that. I'm like, what exactly can you not do? She says she can't access Instagram. She can't access. She can't send messages on WhatsApp. She can't open Facebook. I'm like, okay, so is that the internet?
So a lot of people it is.
Yes, so as much as we're looking at, the social impacts, we're looking at the technological impacts, let's also look at the economical impacts.
That was it for me.
Yeah, because imagine for every hour, we're losing $1.50 million per hour globally.
Who is it? Who was it?
No, part of the economy. Because if you look at entrepreneurs too, they make some entrepreneurs depend solely on social media.
I was literally going to say that. Let's not overlook the fact that a lot of people run their businesses on these apps, Instagram especially, and of course WhatsApp. So we definitely it's verified.
Yes.
So if you things have my handler, somebody who handles my account from Texas, Houston, Texas, in the US, handles my Twitter account. My Twitter account. What are you throwing? Are you browsing Twitter from Nigeria? I'm telling you of what my handler in Houston, Texas.
Sir, don't be angry.
That is where I mentioned he's handling my Twitter account from. So he let me know, because whenever he tweets on my behalf from Houston, Texas.
You're protesting too much.
I mean, like, we get it.
From Houston, Texas.
But I want to say something, I want to say something. Like you mentioned the fact that it had economic impacts or implications. And for me, it was that I wasn't getting messages and I was expecting people to actually send maybe like invoices and stuff like that. And it just occurred to me that that is solely what we rely on. If you're not communicating with somebody on WhatsApp, you're actually doing that with them on Instagram, or you're checking people out, or you're like, hey, sir, I'm so-and-so. Okay, what's your Instagram account? It's become people's go-to CV. That's where you put on stuff and everything. But
I agree.
What really shocked me was the amount of power that President Mark Zuckerberg has now.
That's what I wanted to mention. That's what my Twitter handler put out.
In terms of ranking as well, he's also dropped to number 5 right now on the Forbes list. He's number 5 on that list, and he lost over $10 billion.
And
In a space of
pinch him.
those hours. That,
Okay, so yeah, I think, yeah, it was.
Yeah, but I also hear that there was also an attempt to hack Facebook's domain page.
Would you know?
That, well, based on reports.
I mean, what I mean is...
So what happened there? Technically what happened was that their configuration settings were changed. So if you went to facebook.com, if you were going to access it, it would come in numbers. You know how you see that 169.83 and all of that and all of that. So what happened was that it was changed from probably on the inside. So they have not ruled out foul play per se. And then Facebook will not come back and say, oh, somebody...
Of course, they will say that.
And I think the scary
something
part is
and
the
all of that.
linking. I mean, it makes sense for everything to be linked, but then again, once you have one, you literally have all, right? And I think the funny for me, I think I started experiencing it right before I left the studio in the morning.
Okay. Oh, really?
Right? So yeah, so I was trying to post, I mean, after the whole reveal and everything, I tried. I set up my phone, like reset it and rebooted it a number of times before I left here, and I realized it wasn't going through. I just dumped it. And I think what also struck me the most was the fact that our service providers, they sent us the message by like midnight.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, like by 11 p.m. And I'm like,
when it was coming
really?
back.
Like really? At this point, that's how on it you guys are.
Proactive.
How proactive they leave. So they all probably obviously didn't know what was happening
Nah,
also
The point is that...
till that time.
Yeah, but the point now, that, like you mentioned, isn't it too much power for one person?
It is so much power.
We gave him the
even
power now.
President's aide or president's what's it called? They had to even put out a statement that
on Twitter
is not also. What I mean is this: that they're even concerned that such a thing would be linked to
them
activities
politically, right?
Exactly,
Yeah.
It's not the
political
first time.
activities.
Then again,
So this is the second longest. The first one was 14 hours. This one was just about 6 hours. Yeah, but you know, I remember just yesterday while I was reading something about how President Trump was trying to get back on Twitter. How was trying, you know, he wanted to get an injunction from a court to get him back on Twitter. That lets you know how powerful these tools are. And then, of course, Twitter, LinkedIn, Reddit, through shades. I know Twitter put up a post, you know, and then they said, "Oh, welcome everyone," and all of that. Through shade.
Look at how this has also aided communication in families. You know, husbands actually communicated with their wives eventually.
Did they?
Well, we dropped our phone down and we looked at each other and we said, "I'm married."
People were depressing. Just be pressing the thing down. Be depressing.
I think with everything there are
true.
pros and cons. So
Of course.
we just need to take the good with the bad.
Of course.
And then finally remembered that she was married yesterday. I'm like,
No, no. But you should see the thing on weekends. Sugar, really. So the thing with me is, on weekends, I log off social media.
yes, you do.
I told you that before.
Yes, you do. I've tried to send you messages. And,
You tell us doesn't mean that.
Gets out. But I actually do. That's because sometimes I feel that you just need to we give it too much
attention, too much power and
We
everything.
just sometimes just give it a break and so Mark Zuckerberg, you could make this occasional, just every once.
Wasn't about really.
like a break during the weekends. Let's have family time.
Let's have family time. Helps to strengthen that bond.
My final shot will be that. My final shot will be that it's been hard for competition to come into the game. They've grown so big.
Yep.
I remember when he acquired WhatsApp, I didn't like the idea of him after acquiring Instagram to now acquire WhatsApp, but he has now grown so big that the competition, it's going to be very hard.
Yeah, well, hey, we don't know what he's going to use all that power for eventually. But anyhow, what were you doing through yesterday, all 6 hours while we were out of social media? Were you twiddling your thumbs or were you doing something active like MM was doing with her husband? Tell us. Maybe you can use Facebook. We'll be back. Stay tuned. Good to have in the studio, in the kitchen here with me, Chef Natural. As we are about to get on, he asked me, should I use my shades? I'm like, Natural, which one? Do you want to rap today or you want to cook? He said he wants to cook music. Natural in the building, man. You one and only chef with all the energy that you need.
Happy to be here again.
Yes, so we are always happy when you are here. Trust us, you don't know. But it's all good. We love it when you get here. So today I can see we have a beautiful array of ingredients here that we're going to be cooking with. What I really like is this beautiful platter. I'm hoping that we can get that. It's it's all the protein that we're going to be using today. It just looks good raw. I have a thing for raw meat. I don't know why. Well, raw meat is funny.
No, but it's always very better when we spice it up.
Yeah, I know, but the look and smell of raw meat for me is always... I don't know if it's weird, but I'm sure I'm not the only one. But it just looks so good, and of course we have everything else. So what are we having today? What are we making today?
This morning we're doing a special jollo.
Special what?
Jollo.
Jollo.
Because I created it.
It's jollo. It's not just jollof.
It's jollo.
Jollo.
Nature's jollo.
Nature's jollo.
Yeah.
As in, see the ingredients on your screen: rice, onions, dry fish, some cow skin, like I just showed you from before, seasoning, assorted meat, salt, tomatoes, crayfish, and I'm going to finish the crayfish before we start this cooking. Some palm oil, chili pepper, locust beans, and also mashed garlic. You can see all of that already here on our table. So, what makes it different? What's different about natural jollof?
We eat the normal jollof rice, the Ghana jollof, whichever jollof all the time. So I was just trying to be innovative, trying to be creative. Like, okay, what can we do to eat rice in a different way, in a natural way, in an African way? So instead of using the curry, okay, I decided to switch and use my locust beans.
Okay. Those are locust beans.
Yeah. Instead of using the normal granular oil.
So let's work from here first.
Okay.
We have our rice.
Parboiled rice. Yeah, this parboiled rice.
What is that?
The seasoning.
What kind of seasoning is it?
It's no.
Okay, good. No. And then we have
the salt. We have the chili pepper, the tomatoes, you know, to make the pepper sauce.
Mike, we have belts here.
No, this one cow skin.
This is belt.
Cow skin.
Nice. It's belt too.
You know, and we have this. This is dry fish.
Okay. I see you're soaking the dry fish.
Yeah, because I want it to. It's a very dry one.
Okay.
So I need to get it softened. I'm still gonna boil it together with the pepper so you get more.
How long do we need to do if I'm doing this?
It doesn't have to be too long because I'm still going to put it in the pepper and just, you know, at least
Nice.
And this is
garlic.
Just to marinate the protein.
Okay, nice.
And we have our crayfish.
This crayfish, I'll finish it before.
Yeah, no, we have more. So we're gonna blend the crayfish with the pepper. You know, that's like the secret. A lot of people don't know that.
So initially, I thought this was periwinkle. Obviously, my kitchen gave me rubbish.
No, really. To make this kind of delicacy, some don't really use this.
This is Dadawa.
Yeah, we call it Iru. But me, as a confirm, my mom is from Egba.
Yes, so.
And my dad is from Ijebu.
Yes, so.
So I'm from Ogun State, and this is our food.
Dadawa.
And they give us that real natural vibe.
The smell, the taste, everything.
So we're going to be putting this. But if you don't do this, you can always ignore it. But you have to make sure you have this blended with your pepper.
Make sure you have the crayfish. Crayfish is very good. I've been eating this since all morning. I can't help it. Okay, so we're going to blend. Yeah? Are we blending like to a paste or?
No. We just a roughened one. Just a rough pepper vibe. And we just get started, like, I'll marinate this.
Marinate that. What are we marinating with the garlic, I see?
With the match garlic, with the salt and Maggi. Just remember I always say just a little of it so you don't get anything out of, you know.
All right, so how long will it take us to put this all together? For anybody out there?
In the next 20, 15 minutes. Once you prep, you have your things ready. Next 15, 20 minutes, I think we're done. My rice is parboiled already.
So, guys, we are very excited. Natural is full of energy here. I was hoping I could match his energy this morning. I think I'm not doing a good job. But hey.
Yeah, I did better, bro.
Yes. So remember now, we are cooking a special jollof. Nature jollof.
Special jollof,
by Chef Natural, who's... I'm stopping him from busting into freestyle right now because that's what he wanted to do.
No, we're going to cook music in the studio, but right now let's cook food in the kitchen.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Alrighty, so let's already get started. Let's get that wok. All right. So tell you guys what. While we're putting all of this together, you guys just sit back. Don't worry. You'll have a taste. Well, sort of. When we're done, Chef Natural already getting started, getting into business. We've got more coming on, some parenting for you, something you need to know about potty training. So let's take a little break and we'll be right back here on Wake Up Nigeria.
Welcome back, people. You're still on to Wake Up Nigeria. Yes, now it's time for our parenting segment, and today we will be talking about potty training a child with special needs. And Adebola Adefioye, she's a psychologist who's passionate about helping children with neurodevelopmental disorders such as autism and other related disorders. And this morning she's going to enlighten us more on how to potty train a child with special needs. Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing today?
I'm fine, thank you.
Great, let's get right into it. Now, let's first of all enlighten people on what potty training is.
Okay. What potty training is basically like teaching a child how to use the restroom, or should I say how to use the toilet.
Okay.
It starts at different ages. Some people start as early as 6 months, some start as early as 12 months, some start as early as 18 months, depending on the capabilities of each child. So now when we talk about special needs, now because of their special needs, like we said, it depends on the child. So we need to know whether the child is fully equipped to get the potty training learning, And when we talk about special needs, it's like, it's wide.
Exactly. You
it's
have
not
autistic children,
we have children
Down syndrome, you have children who are malformed. Yeah. So there's a wide, But then is there a certain kind of training, potty training for every child with their disorders?
Well, we could say there are special types. As you said, no, let me not use the word special types. There are different types. Like I explained initially, depending on the capabilities of each child, depending on the capacity of each child. Like the mom or whoever it is, maybe the caregiver, whoever it is that is working with the child, will know when the child can start to potty train. How you would
at what age?
It's, like I said, it's not cast in stone.
You
know what, when you see your child, you will be able to say, okay, can we start this? Let's try this. If it works, then we can continue. If it doesn't work, then we stop. We know that that child isn't ready. So it depends. Like for how you would potty train a child with autism is different from how you potty train a child that has cerebral palsy and all that. But because autism, Down syndrome and all that, because they are neurodevelopmental, it doesn't have anything to do with bone or body. It's easy. We can have that together. It can be the same range. But for a child that has CP, that's different because a lot of children with CP have bone issues, muscle so it's different. So those are like, should I say, the two that are kind of like different. Like that, so we can categorize it into two. For children with neurodevelopmental disabilities on one side, and then for children with physical, on another side.
Now let's start with those with physical disabilities.
Now let's use CP because that's what a lot of people know in Nigeria here.
Cerebral palsy.
Yes. Sorry, don't let me call it CP because a lot of people do not know
what it is.
So for a child with cerebral palsy, because they have issues with their bones and physical movements. So what we do is a lot of them are on diapers. They do diapers for a while until their bones and core are able to they're formed. Because some of them are on wheelchairs, some of them have to stand on. They need braces, they need sitting frames and all that. So until that child has attained a bit of stability before we can begin to do potty training for such child. And what I always advise is you sit them on your feet, like you put them on your knees, and then put the potty underneath you. So that's how you do for a child that has physical issues. Then we keep doing that, and as their bones begin to form, it's easier. So after they sit on the potty for a while, they begin. Now we can sit them down on their own without
on the toilet
seat. But we keep holding them. We still have frames to hold them, like straps to hold them so they don't fall over. Because their therapy isn't at once. Sometimes it takes a long time. Sometimes it takes months, sometimes even years before they can achieve a bit of balance and all. So that is that for CP. So CP is, sorry, I keep calling it CP. Cerebral palsy. I'm sorry. For children with cerebral palsy, it takes a longer time. It's a lot of patience and all that. But it's a journey that we start and then we keep up. It's not something we start today and then we get tired and we stop tomorrow. No, that's yes, we have to continue. The parents, the caregivers, the teachers, whoever it is, the team that is working with the child, everybody has to be on the same page so that it can work and all that. And the thing about it is like we always advise is once you start and then you stop, it's like you take the child back huge steps back. So we always add, if you're not ready to continue the journey, please don't start.
Quickly, let's move on to those with neurodevelopmental disorders.
Yes, for those ones, we do a lot of visual cues for them because they are more visual learners. What they do, we try and do, first thing we model for them, like if maybe your child has autism or any neurodevelopmental issue, we ask you to model. We ask you to show them how.
Okay.
Show them how the way to the toilet is. Show them where the toilet is.
Okay.
If possible, let them see you in the toilet. Let them see you sit down and all. It's strange. I hear a lot of my clients tell me, why would my child be watching me? But I'm like, we're trying to achieve something. I'm going to give an example. I have a child I work with. He has autism, and he had actually learned to use the toilet. But he's male, and then he used to sit down to wee. And his father wasn't comfortable with that. So I was like, okay, we showed him a lot of cues, we showed him pictures and all that. We were explaining, but he still wasn't getting it. Until one day I told him, I was like, you know one thing, take him to the toilet with you. He was like, no, I'm not going to do that. How can my son watch me? I was like, just try just once, and then we'll see. First time he went to the toilet, his father said he was looking at him like, and all that. But the next time the guy was going to go to he did it perfectly well, and we didn't have any issues. So sometimes I always advise, model it, let these kids see it. Like, a lot of us learned everything we learned from our parents by watching. No, but none of our parents sat us and said, you must learn how to greet, you must learn how to sweep. We saw them doing it. So they modeled it for us. In those days, we didn't call it modeling. We just were watching, and that was how it was.
Okay. Now, let's talk about, is there like a schedule for potty training?
Yes. Okay, now, if we're going to talk about, let me use typical and atypical children. We call children on the spectrum or children with disabilities atypical children. Typical children, we ask parents to start at 6 months. Sit your child down, put the potty underneath them, and then keep doing it. Maybe you do it like every 30 minutes.
I didn't know that.
Okay, yeah. Oh, that's how. It's easy. It's fast.
I didn't know that you had to put the potty
between your knees,
legs,
and then you sit the child. Yes,
I had no idea.
I
just thought you carried the child and put on the potty.
No, especially because a child that is 6 months would not want to sit down. They want to, like, they're swimming and all that.
Yeah,
so once you sit them down,
hold them down on the potty.
And then, so you're talking to the child. Yeah. So the child doesn't know that that's what you want. And you're going, oh, hi, you know, and the child is doing whatever he or she needs to do. And then sometimes, you know how it is when we're younger, then we take a boy to the potty and to the toilet, and you're like, you're doing that. It's talking to his brain. Yes, you know, so we do that.
So quickly, let's move over to the atypical, because we need to wrap this up quickly.
Okay, so sorry, yeah. So what we do is, for atypical children, we take them for the first time, we sit them down when they're younger and all that. And when they start to grow, when they begin to grow up and all that, we do cues. We do, like, pictorial cues all around. There are cues whereby it shows them the process of removing their trousers or their skirts, of how to sit down, how to flush, how to wash their hands, and illustration, pictorial cues.
Fantastic. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Mr. Debo, you have been so helpful. I'm sure that there are a lot of women and caregivers right now watching, and you who are having some of these challenges, you've been able to, you know, educate us and enlighten us more on that. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, there's still so much happening in the kitchen. Chef Natsura, what's going on, V?
Well, hey, a lot is happening. Natural jollof is what we're cooking. And of course, you can see we already have our cowhide all shredded or cut into little pieces here. We have our dadawa soaking, and Chef Natra is busy here. What are you doing, Chef?
Yeah, I'm just trying to steam the protein.
Okay,
That's the assorted meat. I'm just trying to get it softened.
Okay.
Because I'll need to stock water.
Okay.
Cooked together with the blended pepper.
Yeah, so while you guys weren't watching, we actually blended our pepper. We didn't blend it all fine and everything. It's still a bit coarse there.
Like the rough blending.
Rough blend. There's some crayfish in there, our pepper, our onions.
Chili pepper, normal tomatoes.
Yeah.
You know.
So where is the dadawa going? Because I see that pepper.
I'm gonna, when I have the stock meat out of this, I'm gonna add the pepper.
Okay.
That's when I'm gonna put the.
So everything is gonna be in one pot, including the rice.
Everything.
Everything is gonna. But they have the different stages.
No, it has a different
All right, fantastic. So are we done with cutting our?
You need to really be careful in cleaning the cows. Yeah. So I'm just trying to give it a very thorough cleaning.
Okay.
So because it's going in here, it's going in here.
All right, fantastic.
But it doesn't really need so much time like that. So it's going in later.
Okay.
When this is almost done.
All right, fantastic. All right, if you're just joining us, it's still special jollof that we're actually cooking here.
Nature special.
Nature
jollof.
special. You gotta get this right, Megan. It's going into a song. So yes, the ingredients are on your screen right now. They are easy to obtain. You can get them anywhere from your grocery stores, around the corner, or anywhere at home. Rice, salt, onions, some tomatoes, some dried fish, crayfish, palm oil, some cow skin, chili pepper seasoning, and some locust beans, mashed garlic, and assorted meat. Where are we putting the mashed garlic? Oh, we're marinated.
It's already in
marinated.
Use it to marinate the protein.
Oh, okay.
It's very medicinal. It's
okay,
good
fantastic, fantastic. Okay, so in just a matter of minutes, we are going to be, well, halfway through all of this. So you guys just keep it there, and we're going to be telling you or taking you through the steps just in case you miss anything. Okay, so our rice is parboiled.
Yeah.
How much oil do we actually need is another question.
This is one very key thing about making this kind of food. Thank God I've always been talking about moderation over anything. But one thing that can really get this bad is when you put too much oil.
Too much oil.
You have to use just a little of it. So you can now feel the jollo level. But when the oil is too much, that will
when you
not
put too much
jollo
oil, it
again.
becomes concoction.
No.
If you schooled in Nigeria, you know what concoction is. Yes, indeed. Okay, let's see what. Let's open it. Let's see what's in there.
Yeah, this
Alrighty.
is, yeah, it's
We're
getting,
almost there.
it's bubbling.
See some fuku in there, man.
Yeah, this is assorted now. It's I don't know, everything.
Nice, man. So we're coming. We're almost there, guys. All right, fantastic. So note, this will only take you like 20-25 minutes. You can put it together. You can make it for breakfast or lunch or anything. And one thing about this man here, it's the first time I'm with you in the kitchen, and I can see there is passion in when you're cooking. I don't know if I will ever get to be like that, but
actually, seriously,
I don't know, man.
I've learned this from secondary school, that it's anything you want to do, it has to be something you have passion for.
Yes.
Once there's no passion, it will be stressful. It's still very stressful. Sometimes they give you a very big job, you need to strategize. It's not even about you alone, you need to work with people. But once you have passion for it,
you just
the result, the positive result of what you're doing will always be your. You know, at the end of the day, you'll be happy. So
nice, man. Always excited when you're in the studio. So some natural, special jollof coming your way. You guys just hang in there. Don't go any place. We have to stop the second hour. By the time that second hour is on its way, or even halfway through, we are practically done here. But we'll take you through all the steps to stay tuned. It's still Wake Up Nigeria. It's Chef Natural in the studio. We'll be back.
A ship is always safe at shore, but that is not what it is built for.
Very true. It's built for relationships.
Nicely done. Nicely done.
It is built so you can take it out at sea and experience what it is like there. So keeping it at shore is absolutely not going to work. Keep on moving, people.
That's why we stay moving here on the show. We just wrapped up the first hour. Welcome to the second hour of the show, people. It is Wake Up Nigeria.
Yes, indeed. Welcome. Now, there's something I love about the second half of every show here. It feels like that's when the show actually does begin. I don't know. As you can see, Winfrey is in the studio taking my place and absolutely enjoying it. Winfrey. Okay, I know. You're with Natural, so you should dance.
I'm in the kitchen. Hello.
That's fantastic. What's going on in there since I left, Winfrey?
Man, a lot of amazement, right? Like, the meat is right there on the fire now. It's being chopped. And I can't just wait to get my... You're not coming back here, by the way.
Don't worry. I'll just kick you out very soon.
You're not.
In any case.
All right. Today's show is tailored to give you that boost and perhaps make you smile. So stick around for the next 45 minutes. Is going to wow.
Be magic.
Yes.
Yes. My name is Mazino Appeal.
And my name is Emil Koche. Please do not forget to stream the show live if you are on the move at tvcentertainment.tv and on Facebook at TVC Connect. We look forward to hearing from you, seeing those comments. Please comment us.
We live for those comments, okay? We're here for those comments, please. And actually, we read them, just in case you're thinking that we don't. We also try to make sure that we comment back. So follow us across all social media platforms at TVC Connect, and also we're available for download on the app. You want to use that, that's on iOS and Google Play Store, all right?
All right, quickly, let's tell them what's still left.
So, we still have health, where we will be talking about drug abuse in young children, looking at how parents self-medicate children without diagnosis with Dr. Yusuf Kadiri. And finally, we will be having Yemi Amodu, a Nigerian actor, writer, dramatist, director, and also movie producer. She'll be joining us for an interesting conversation as we learn a thing or two from the great filmmaker. So please do stick around. All righty, welcome back, people.
Yeah, welcome back. I saw this very interesting gist on social media quickly. I'll just run through it. So there's this couple whose girlfriend recently traveled to another part of the country, you know, to see, well, whatever she went to do over there. And then she meets with her ex, and then intercourse happens, and then she comes back to the country to meet with her present boyfriend, and then she spills, and she tells him, oh, okay, see, this is what happened, that's what happened. And then boyfriend's asking, the first question he asked was, so did you use protection? And she's like, why is that the first question you're asking me? You should be asking, you should be enraged, you should be angry.
Yeah.
And he's like, hello, Auntie, I'm more concerned about my health and safety.
You still considered staying with her.
What?
Yeah,
Still
exactly.
considering staying with her at that point.
No, he's actually not considering staying with her, but she's more, he's more concerned about his health. Because it took a while before she was able to, you know, tell him that, I mean, this war happened.
Solid guy, solid guy.
No, but that's the
Solid
first thing
guy.
I would think. I don't know about you.
Oh yeah, I would say solid guy because see, man, if
Which one is solid?
if the things that happen, if you know what you don't know.
But would you rather know in that kind of a situation?
Would I rather,
would you
like you
want
said,
to know
my
that
health
kind
is
of thing?
involved. Let me know. So that if you cannot take the precaution, me, I'll take the precaution.
My point is, would you want them to actually tell you, like, what you don't know won't kill you?
Right or B?
I'm just fist bumping for the cameras. I'm not really agreeing with you.
No.
But you know I love you, Adam.
But really, what you don't know can kill you.
So you rather not
Very
knowing?
true.
I would rather
very
not
true.
know.
You rather not
Yeah,
know,
I
eh?
rather not know.
I don't know. For me, I feel like, this life, you cannot come and go and
Come
kill
back
yourself.
yourself.
Do you understand? That's one. And number two, man, like you said, though, especially if it could lead into other things, yeah? Let me know. Let me know so that, like you mentioned now, was it protection and all of that? Let me know because...
Funny story, but it is actually, both of them are actually quite responsible. That she's telling him that he's asking the right question, which I think in that case is the right question.
Yes, no.
Before any further conversation. I think
Exactly.
Yeah.
Did you use protection? Are we safe? And then let's start talking about, are we going to
moving
continue
forward and all
with
that.
this
Yeah.
relationship?
Solid. That guy. Who's the guy? Let's give him Chef Natural Jollof Rice.
No. It's natural special jollof.
Jollof?
Not jollof rice.
Oh, Jella.
Jollof. Yeah.
okay.
We'll give you guys a taste of that one. We'll have to email it to you or something. I don't know. But you guys are going to taste it. Welcome. Second hour here for Wake Up Nigeria for Tuesday. My name is Mazino Appeal. Let's do the news again. Now, we go to security matters in Plateau State, where the police have confirmed the killing of 3 persons in Miango community of Bassa Council area. 3 persons survived the attack and are receiving medical attention. Miango community has been in the media in recent time following attacks and loss of lives in the area. The Irigwe Development Association has called for an end to the persistent invasion in their domain, but the police have assured that security has been tightened in the area. And President Muhammadu Buhari has called for peace and stability in Ethiopia despite the challenges facing the East African country. Now, he spoke at the inauguration ceremony of Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed for a second 5-year term in office, where he promised that Nigeria would continue to support the unity and territorial integrity of Ethiopia. Also in attendance at the ceremony were the presidents of Uganda, South Africa, Djibouti, Senegal, Kenya, Somalia, and the Prime Minister of the Democratic Republic of Congo.
We are all aware of the many challenges facing the people of Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia, and we encourage all parties to come together in the interest of the unity, progress, and well-being of Ethiopia. Your Excellency, you therefore have a great opportunity to continue to work for the peace and stability of Ethiopia. Nigeria, like many other countries, is counting on your leadership to unleash the great economic potential of Ethiopia by expanding investment.
And that's it for the news this second hour here on Wake Up Nigeria. Do stay tuned.
Welcome back. You're still watching Wake Up Nigeria, and now we have a discussion on health. So on health today, we will be talking about drug abuse in children, looking at how parents self-medicate children without diagnosis, right? With Dr. Yusuf Kadiri. Good morning to you. Welcome to Wake Up Nigeria, and I love what you're wearing. I love it so much. I didn't know doctors were so fashionable.
Hello.
I have a doctor for a brother.
I love Nigeria is such a stressful place. You just have to look for what to do to
make you happy. That's absolutely correct, and your outfit is definitely making me happy this morning.
Thank you.
Okay, I mean, I went through your profile, and I must say it is well robust. Really, how do you manage to balance all that?
All that,
All
right?
that, how?
You know, I tell myself that is, I'm doing God's work.
Yes.
And when you're passionate about something, you don't see it as stress. The moment it becomes stressful,
then you know that there's something wrong,
yeah,
right?
But just to make it sustainable and more impactful,
Yes.
passion, just put a strategy with it.
Okay,
Yeah, with
awesome.
this
I mean,
strategy.
something caught my eye. I think a drop of happiness.
Little drops of happy.
Little drops of happy. Can you tell me a little bit about that before we get into the main topic for today?
So Little Drops of Happy is a movie, a feature movie,
Okay.
which we are trying to get to the wider audience.
Okay.
And it's based on Mikobo's depression, postpartum depression, and suicide. So it's a story about a couple and having a kid, and of course, rancor between couples, they always be.
Yes,
but
yes.
she was depressed, and the man didn't think.
You didn't know
You know,
that.
and then he was, making the depression worse. Because he was also depressed, not knowing he was.
Wow.
And of course, I'm an
we know
African
how-
man, I'm a Nigerian.
Exactly.
Men don't get depressed.
I mean, I love it when we talk about mental health, especially in this setting, because a lot of people overlook a lot of things. But I love the fact that now it's coming to
The forefront now.
Exactly. So now people have conversations about it. So now we're talking about self-medication. Right? How parents literally self-medicate their kids. And of course, we know how that is actually drug abuse. So what do you think about that? Because honestly, growing up, I literally, yeah, I mean, I'll go to school and come back. Before I reach house, my mother will say, you're looking like this, you're looking like, next thing, drip, drip. 3.
Or take this.
I'm telling you, drip straight. But the good thing is that she was a nurse. So, I'm like, okay, it's mommy, so it's fine. So, tell me a little bit about that.
But generally, when you look at medications, right, there are drugs or substances that you use in treating medical conditions or maintaining health.
True.
And it can be prescription drugs or non-prescription. Prescription has to be, given by a medical doctor. Why not prescription? Or over-the-counter drugs are the ones that would everybody can get paracetamol, cough syrup, allergy medication. But the truth is that they are drugs. And when it comes to self-medication, as adults, it may be easy. But for children, it's something that parents should really look into, because the truth is that the moment you start self-medication, that means you are doing the diagnosis and then you are treating and without the doctor's advice. And a lot of times you find out that we leave a lot of medication. Maybe you started one medication, you didn't finish, another one you didn't finish, and then you have like 2, 3 children. Then the middle child has XYZ, and you say, that was how my first child had XYZ. I think it's the same thing. No, it's not the same thing. Because the truth is that why do we even have doctors and pediatricians? It means that, yes, I'm a doctor. Like me, I'm a doctor now, but I'm not a pediatrician. I'm a psychiatrist. So if I have a child that's not feeling fine, I go to a pediatrician. But oftentimes we use the fact that we are parents. We have years of experience.
Exactly.
And we've been there. No. You must calculate the dosage you give a child. So when a child comes, that's why they ask parents, how old is your child? 3 months. The doctor is already calculating the dosage. So if it's a syrup, it's giving you that calculation. But no. They have a concussion, they won't have quantity. They say, just take this and go to this. Like, for real? True. That kind of, it can make an illness get worse. You can underdiagnose a medical condition. You can overdiagnose. And we still have the highest infant mortality and morbidity in the world. So self-medicating children is a no-no.
Okay, now, so from your experience, what would you say is the major cause of this? I mean, I have a number of things in my head, but let me hear from you. What would you think?
Poverty is there. Ignorance is there. The healthcare system is still very fragile. Even the resources, of course, we saw the exodus, and it's still ongoing. The resident doctors are resuming tomorrow after 2 months of being on strike. And so these are some of the things. We are still in that place where the Abuja Declaration of 2001 says that 50% of our budget should be assigned to health. Only 2 African countries have achieved that, South Africa and Rwanda. We are still struggling with even 5%. And so these are some of the things we're talking about: infrastructure, for healthcare financing, and the primary healthcare system where the bulk of the people are in the communities. If I ask you where your primary healthcare sector is now, I'm sure you're like, is that place that dogs and goats used to sleep?
True. There's nothing to write about.
Nothing to write about. But so these are some of the things that are perpetuating, this, let me just do it myself. all be fine. And of course, the religiosity that we have now, God is in control after all. It's a God that they used to give.
Pray. Okay, now speaking about that, right? Exactly. Now I want to like merge religion and tradition, right? So I was having a conversation with a friend not too long ago, and we were talking about how we're talking about childbirth and all of that, and how, okay, certain women from a certain part of Nigeria, they don't do the normal antenatal and all of that. And then again, they also carry that same behavior after the child is born. They don't go through certain processes because they believe, I mean, our mothers have been doing this even before, do you understand, science like got to this part of the world and everything. So in that situation now, people have literally proven methods to them which traditionally work. What would you say? Would you say, see, ignore all of that and do it? Would you say, okay, fine, medicine is the right way. Do it that way. The same thing with religious beliefs.
No. We do understand that our cultural and religious beliefs are very grounded. And people can't, to even take yourself away from it is difficult. So what do you do as a scientist or bring in the orthodox? If I'm going to introduce anything to the community, I'm not just going to put them, I'm going to do a need assessment. True. I'm going to look at the Oba or the Yaloja or something. Because a town hall meeting, let me even know what they want. So cultural and religious beliefs are good. Tradomedicals are still there.
Still there.
So the thing is that
so anyone you are doing, go for it, and then let it be that it's something that is working. It's not causing more harm. It's not killing people. It's not bringing a lot of complications. So these are some of the things that we should look into as parents, especially mothers. You know, mothers are the natural nurturers. Yes. So they're the ones that most times gives the medication. Even if you find a home, I'm the doctor in my house. My husband is not the doctor. But when our kids are not feeling fine, he's the one saying, are you giving paracetamol? I say, okay, when you give me a doctor, like, let me do this. Let me do it, you know. I know we need to even go to the doctors. You know, I'm not a specialist in that area. So parents, when it comes to set medication, they should take a back seat. It's not one size fits all. And it's not what has happened to my child A that will happen to my child B, because we now have antimicrobial, antibiotic resistance, and it became worse during COVID. Very true. With all the mixture, and then let me take this, the virus will not. So that antibiotic resistance is so high now that when you eventually need a particular antibiotic, it doesn't work. Wow. And that doesn't, because you hear some people telling you, because we are going to be on a journey from Lagos to Benin tomorrow, let's start taking flagyl. You don't have a running stomach. Nothing is wrong with you. What are you preventing? True. Thank you so much. I mean, I have so much to ask you on this, but then again, we're short on time, so we have to go. Thank you. Thank you again.
Welcome back, people. You're still on to Wake Up Nigerian.
Yes, you are. Thank you for staying with us.
Yes.
We have Yemi Amodu. He's a Nigerian actor, writer, dramatist, director, and a movie producer.
And today, he's sitting right with us, and he's going to tell us one or two things about his craft. I mean, you wear a lot of hats. Filmmaking, you're a lecturer as well. Tell us, how's the journey been so far?
Well, if you are doing what you know how to do, if you are not forced out of what you can do best, then you'll be able to do it well. So naturally, I am an actor. Naturally, I'm a drummer. I'm a poet. You know, I am almost everything in the heart. So now, doing it from generation to generation is not a big deal to me. So I'm able to migrate from the analog to digital very easily. Yes. And that's just a fact.
Right. So in some sort of ways, you're a jack of all trades. Can one be a master of all at the same time while being the jack?
Okay, as a director, you have to be jack of all trades. Because you must have proficient knowledge, you know, in every aspect of production. So you can't say I know continuity alone, or I can manage production alone. Like me, for instance, I started from being an actor and a little, you know, into lead roles in acting. I let that go and joined behind the scene. I went for editing. You see, as an editor, directors coming from the editing bench are the best in the world. You know, so from there, remember in those years, if you can edit, you cannot carry camera, you don't know anything about cinematography, that means you cannot produce news. you know, because I work a bit with a TV house. You know, I learned editing informally, you know, from a studio. Then from there, that studio migrated to DBN TV. So I work as an editor, as a cinematographer, as a producer of news, producer of, you know, drama and so on. So I must know every aspect of production. And that is why when I become a director, it's not so difficult for me.
Okay. Now let's talk about, you have basically tried everything. So there's this segregation between the Yoruba Nollywood and the English Nollywood. And you have, you know, been in both worlds. How's it been? Tell us what the challenges that you have, you know, faced, you know, you've produced Yoruba movies and also English movies, which of course one of your movies currently on Netflix.
Yes.
So tell us how that experience has been so far for you.
Wonderful. It is just a matter, it is just language. That is language of a dialogue. That is the difference. If there is no, how do you say Yoruba movie? There is nothing like Yoruba movie. I tell people, movie is movie.
Okay.
Either it is done in Hausa, it's done in Yoruba, Igbo,
or
English. It is movie.
Okay.
You understand? Same action, gesture, pantomime dramatization, all aspects of the fundamentals of acting, fundamentals of you know, productions have to be put, even if you are speaking Yoruba as dialogue. So how do you now say there is a difference? But if you are talking about what we have created because of the Nigerian situation, you know, the ethnic situation of Nigeria, then I will agree with you because if you belong to our own side, the Yoruba side, as people will say, then it will be difficult for you to make an inroad to the English. In those years when we have the marketers at the Dumota, if you have a Yoruba, if you are a Yoruba movie producer, then you produce English. You cannot. How do you market it?
Exactly.
You have a problem. So it was happening then. But now, if you look at what the films that are trending on Netflix now, we have Yemi Amodu Shadow Parties, we have Kunle Afolayan, Swallow, we have Funka Kindele, we have Kemi Adetiba, we have. So when you look at those names, and they are all English. So how do you now say some are Yoruba movies, some are English movies? It's just a matter of language of dialogue.
Now, just before we talk about your project on Netflix, one challenge I had personally seen with Yoruba movies is subtitling. That is one major challenge I've seen. It is almost never right at one point in time. Now you have something on Netflix and you have subtitles for it, of course. How have you been able to? Do you agree that at a point it has been a challenge? Yes. How have you been able to ensure that that is not a problem with your own project?
You see, I belong to an association. Okay. The association of where we have majorly the Yoruba movie producers, as we call them. And this is a big challenge that we have been facing. You know, there are literally English. Okay, let me talk about dialogue now. If you are going to deliver dialogue, you know, there are literary rendition, you know, and there are colloquial rendition where you converse. And it is into one word, is into the other. Okay. So now, that's the problem we have with subtitling. Some people don't know that there are literary subtitles, I mean, interpretation of words. For instance, if Yoruba says, and you want to subtitle that in English, will you say, it is because you don't know Ifa that you now raise your head up or whatever.
So you don't take it literally, you don't take it word for word?
No. It has its own idiomatic expression
as a whole.
As a whole.
What it means.
If you say, Ijafara lewu, a stitch in time saves 9.
Saves 9. You
understand? So these are what we are addressing now in my association. And I think in a matter of 1 month or 2, we'll have a serious, you know, revolution in that regard.
Now let's talk about your movie currently on Netflix, Shadow Parties. I mean, it tells a story about the evils inherent in, you know, communities, and, you know, which also leads to a clash, you know, as it gets along. Was it inspired by true events?
No. I had a personal experience.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I was almost a victim. I almost, you know, lose my life to a communal clash between Ife and Modaeke in year 2000. And from year 2000, I've been writing, you know, the story you know, year in, year out before I am able to get fund, you know, to produce it the way I like. So now what we are talking about is our society. See, you are sitting down now here. Everything is peaceful. Why can we not sustain the peace? Why must you think of killing me? Why must I think of killing you? Why are we encouraging killings? Why are we encouraging, you know, impeding the growth of a country by killing one another? Look at what is happening now in the north. This film was made, I shot this film since 1970, I mean, year 2017. And see what we have now: banditry, internecine, fratricidal war, communal clashes, territorial, you know, hustling and, you know, problems, crises.
Yeah.
Why? Why can't our society be at peace? You know, so that is what this film is talking about. It's talking about the evil inherent, it's exposing the problems that we have, you know, in that regard, and suggesting ways, at the same time exposing the purveyors, the sponsors. In every situation like this, there are people that are benefiting from this. So why are we not looking in that regard? Why are we not looking in that direction? And fish them out and quash the problem, you know, finally. So that is what this film is talking about.
Yeah, wow.
And then having it on Netflix, what was it like? Is it something?
Yeah.
How did you get on Netflix? Let's just put it
Okay, before I talk about how I get on Netflix, Netflix is not my real target.
Okay.
Elites see Netflix.
Okay.
The people that this is talking to are the rural dwellers. And now we are talking to government to consider it for an advocacy, you know, tool.
Project.
Oh,
yes, to take it to the rural dwellers, because that is where the war is.
It's
That's
happening.
The people that are benefiting are in the city. They take their own children abroad. They keep them out of that war, you know, zones.
So the people that actually this movie caters to are not on Netflix.
They are not on Netflix.
So how do you get them to watch it?
Well, yes,
how do you get this message to them?
So that is it. You see, I have to, first and foremost, I don't know anybody in government. I don't know anybody. I am just a creative, somebody who is just, I want to use my talent to better my society. Okay. So if I don't get it to Netflix for the elite to see, how would they know that, oh, this can be used as a veritable tool, you know, to address this issue? You get the point.
It's a means to an end.
Yes, but at the end of the day, maybe because of elements of romance, because the story progression is very standard, very good, lovely. That is why, you know, do you know the film rose to #1, you know, on Netflix? And,
I was just about to ask how, you know, what the response has been so far.
It's been wonderful.
Okay.
And you know, I didn't have money for billboard. I didn't have money for any advert. From one to the other, people talking about it, you know, the greatness of the film, and people go to see
word
the
of
film.
mouth, yes.
Yes, the word of mouth. So, you want to say something?
Yes, you have a lot of strong characters in there. You have Omotola, you have Shola, you have Yemi Black.
I
mean, those are really strong. Tony Abraham.
Yes.
I mean, those are really strong characters.
Yes.
You must have spent a lot of money.
I did. The movie is over 100 million naira.
What?
You know,
to produce?
Yes, a lot of investment.
That has been the most. Is that the most expensive you ever spent on a movie?
Yes. You know, in those, let me say by the standard now, because year 2001, thereabout, I was into a project with my late sister, Remde Optimum Communication. We did Afonja. You know, Afonja was done with a big capital then. I think about 5 million. So if you consider 5 million naira then to what we have today, then we consolidated with Oweje. Then, and that was a very big project too. But this one is very big. It's very big.
Well done, sir.
It's very
well
big.
done,
And so
sir.
far, are you recouping the monies that you've
Why
spent
not?
on that project?
Well, not yet. You know, if you are talking about creative work, you will be talking about passive income.
Yes.
You understand?
Very
and that
true.
is where our home business is different. You know, it will come and keep
Gradually,
coming steadily.
okay.
Now we are operating at the
On the larger scale.
yes, larger scale of English speaking countries. So we are going to cover non-English speaking countries. From there, we are going to in-flight. From there, we are going to other platforms.
And then video on demand at home and all of that. Thank you so much, Yemi Amodo. This is, yes, wishing you the best and hoping that you put much more projects like that.
It's natural special jollof rice. That's what it is. Ladies and gentlemen, you are welcome back. Hey, it's fantastic to have you here, sir. Good to have you here. Chef Natural and I have been hard at work putting this together for you.
Excuse you, I'm standing right here, aren't I?
Then there is the beauty queen,
Hello.
the princess of Wake Up Nigeria in there. Take a look at that. Isn't it beautiful? Fantastic,
Beautiful.
isn't it? Now, tell us about it a bit, just a bit, please.
Yeah, I was just trying to be creative. So trying to do jollof a natural, local way. Instead of using the groundnut oil, we have palm oil. Instead of the curry, we have our locust beans. You know, so.
Yeah. So, sir, please.
Please do the honors.
Go ahead, please. Don't be shy, sir. Go ahead.
It's my pleasure, no problem. I'm going to do justice to it.
I beg you, do. It's got some really good protein in there. I see you're going first for the meats.
Oh.
Very hot,
It's hot,
I know.
right?
Easy.
Yeah.
Nice. I can see you're enjoying that. What do you think? His mouth is full. He can't
He
tell
can't
us.
do it. He's not saying. It's good, right?
Very delicious.
That is what we need for Instagram. Very delicious indeed. Thank you very much for joining us, everybody. Thank you for staying with us since 7 a.m. Winfrey, do you want to say anything real quick?
Not right now. Just make sure you keep on following us on socials. And of course, we'll definitely be here tomorrow for the Wonder Woman Wednesday. And I
Yes.
can't wait to have
I can't wait to see what MM will be wearing tomorrow.
MM,
I've been warned.
I see you.
I've been warned.
Yes, quickly before we go, today is World Teachers Day. We actually forgot to mention it earlier on. We celebrate you all teachers. Thanks for that impact that you keep making. Thank you so much. We appreciate you all.
Yeah, Mike, we don't need anything from Mike. Let's go. Thank you very much, everybody. Catch you guys tomorrow. We won't be here. We'll be watching like you guys. But do make sure that you leave a comment for us every single time on our socials. Bye-bye.